Today I'm going to compare 5 different types of air rifle ammo. The premier Crossman brand called Destroyer, 7.4 grains, and 4 different types from Game-O. They're all 7.56 grains. We're going to open them up and see what they look like. There's one called Country, one called Master Point, one called Hunter, and one called Match. After we take a look at them, I'm going to go out and put a hurting on this phone book. As you can see, the actual pellets look like the pictures on the canisters that they come in. One thing I noticed about the Game-O, the difference between the Master Point and the Magnum Energy is the Magnum Point is actually a tad pointier. The other one is pointy, but not quite as pointy as the Master Point. What I noticed on the Match is that the top of the pellet is dead flat. But on all the Game-O pellets, I've noticed the backs are not finished that well. It's kind of like they wobble. If you set them down on a flat surface, they don't sit flat. The Crossman is a little bit better made on the back end. I don't know if that affects the accuracy or the firing of it. Probably not, but they are a little bit rougher on the back. Here's the setup. We're 60 feet from where we're going to shoot from. We have our backboard from disgraced Congressman Tim Murphy. I printed out a layout of the target area and ran on a black ink. Apologize for that. So I'll be shooting at the replica of the cans so I can remember which one's which. We're using 2 empty kitty litter containers to steady our aim. We'll be using our Crossman Vantage Model 30021 break barrel air gun with a nitro piston, 4-power scope. I have learned to really appreciate this pellet gun. It performs quite well. It's over 7 pounds, it feels good, operates nicely, and it shoots straight. You can ask any groundhogs that used to be here. I'm going to fire 3 slugs into each target. On there, there's 5 of them. That'll be 15 shots. I'll record all 15 shots and then edit it for time. I'm going to sit the camera down here so you can hear the impact. So the first 3 will be the Hunter, second 3 Magnum, third 3 the Premier Destroyer by Crossman, then the Match, and then the Master Point. That'll be the order of fire, left to right, middle, left to right. So I'm going to put the camera down and get it all adjusted so it looks at the target, and go ahead and make my shots. Now, I've been shooting a little bit high, but in the interest of brevity, I'm just going to put 2 more in each. But the first thing I noticed when I was loading the Hunter, it was a little bit tough getting it in the barrel. It wasn't going in as easy as the Premier Crossman. Little tight fit at the front end, actually give it a good shove. Next one went in a little bit easier, so their quality must be a little bit hit and miss. So next 2 will be Magnum. Well, that's embarrassing. I can only assume that these master points and the match do not fly straight. I was hitting high here, so I lowered my aim, you know, the scope and all in the distance. I hit here and missed here. These are the two premier Crossmans. I'll watch the tape for that. And I did not pull these shots. These flew crooked. I'm going to go back and take two more match and two more master, and then I'll do one more Crossman to see if I can get a third in the bowl here. Well, I'll have to go to the tape without a spotter, but my goodness, these master points never even came close to the bowl. But these game mo are crap. I swear, no two went in a barrel the same. Two or three of them I had to shove down in. Damn near had to go get a hammer to get them to fit. I wouldn't buy these on a whim. I mean, you could fire. I don't like them at all. They suck. Stick with the Crossman Premier Destroyer. Like I said, groundhogs don't like it at all, and it's much more accurate. This is crap. I didn't pull any of those shots. I was using a bench rest. These are crap. 60 feet. Crap. Might as well throw them away. And now for the penetration part of the test. I'll go through the pages and see what we find first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, as for depth through the phone book. And then when I get down to the bottom of the hole, I should be able to tell which is which. I'll go ahead and do that with the camera off and then report my results. The first one I came to was predictable. It hit the spine and also had a blunt nose on it, and that was the match, which is not designed for penetration, just to make a nice round hole, which it did. But the problem is it made it way up here and not down here where it belongs. Down around page 185 we come to another match. And then these two here, I'm going to keep flipping down until I get to where they... I decided to start at the back of the book after I took a few of those match slugs out. I hadn't looked at the back yet, but we had some breakage in the center where the Crossman Premier Destroyers supposedly hit. The two came close together. It might have helped each other. We also have a break here, which may be the third Crossman. So let's start the back and see what we got here. And you can see daylight through there. Went the whole way through the book. Like I said, there was two pretty close together. Might have helped that. Haven't found the slugs yet. You know what? They might have. I wonder if they went through out into the yard. There's no slugs there. Oh my! Well, here's a slug. That's one of those with a point on it. Probably the master point. At page 261, I found a hunter in the upper corner. That was page 361. Here we are on 288, where I found the next hunter. On page 212, I found a match. On page 150, I found a match. On page 79, I found a match. No penetration there whatsoever. Of course, we're not supposed to be for penetration. To sum up, these went from pages 250 to 200, or to 300, I'm sorry. And that's the Hunter. The Magnum made it to around 275. The Match made it between 150 and 250. That's the blunt-ended ones. And this one, I couldn't even hit the target with the 2 shots I took. And I think it went about 300 pages. This is the preferred ammo for my Crossman going forward. These are junk. They don't fly straight. Look at that, those misses. I put 2 of these destroyers right here in the center, and my third one was equal height over here on the right. But these are supposed to be over here. No, they don't fly, and none of them went into the rifle correctly. I had to press on them. These all just drop in real nice. They're all exactly the same size. One of these went in, the other 2 had to kind of like shove in with my thumb, you know, and then one even had to kind of like tap it. These are not made as well as these, period. No way in heck. If you know where I live and you want these, you can come and get them, because I won't do anything but plink with them. I don't want to put a bad shot on anything out in the yard, so yeah, you can have them if you want them. This is your Pittsburgh Pap with an ammo comparison for your air rifle, and there is no comparison. Crossman Premier Destroyer wins overall. Accuracy, penetration, in every category. These, half the time, they just don't even go where you aim them. There's no penetration. Have a great day.